Looks like I got it up and running. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. Oh, wow. Think I'm gonna have to start later. Too many things to do in the mornings these days. Alright, well. Hello everybody, it's Run608 Plays. We're playing Pathfinder Kingmaker here. These are the adventures of Fiona. We're in the epilogue. The attempt to fight really big, bad, nasty monsters. So we've got Central Passage and this. I think from the Central Passage I have to go on to another... I did the entrance. I did the Central... Central Passage. That's what we did last time. I think there's a castle threshold. I don't think I've been to that space. That's where we're going to go today, I think. I did want to check and make sure everybody's got...
Right here, my friend.
I'm not at full. Why do I only have 12 of these? Yeah, I used up some of my spells, so we're going to take the time. Where is he? There he is. So we are going to take the time to go to the storyteller. It only takes 3 hours. So I can be at full, and then I've got to do my buffing. Some of these stayed on for a few seconds. But they won't stay on for long. Right, okay. So we will have everybody go out here.
In due time.
We'll buff up here in a second. I remember how this works. Basically, I have to get one more piece of the cup, and then I'll be ready to fight the big bad guy. Right, and this is the inn's annex. I have to go to the inn. This takes me to the Lantern King, I think. All right, let's buff up.
How may I help?
A simple smile goes a long way.
Now, I do have a wand that does this, which I'll be using when I'm in the big fight, because I won't have this spell available multiple times.
I am never wrong.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, which bow is he using? Am I using the one that's the Fey? This is the anti-Fey one. Actually, it's not that anti-Fey. But I believe they're immune to cold. Alright, so we need to get down here. I think I need to go over here. I think I get ambushed if I touch this. Right? sure that's worth it. I need to go find the other thing, so I need to get over here. We will touch that later. Those are the barbarians. Magar Barn. And then we're gonna have to go fight. Where did it go? Had my tablet up and then it disappeared. Come on. God, this thing really annoys me. Average Capital, Central Passage, Castle Threshold is where I'm trying to get to. Did I have to go in through the inn to find the other door to the next place? Right? So it's got to load up the inn annex, but I've already been here. I think. Yeah. Castle Threshold is where I'll find the third part. So that's where we gotta go. Oh, he doesn't have up or remove fear. Not that it matters because their stupid eye thing works all the time. Do we get ambushed right when we come out? South. East are 2 Jabberwock shadows. Okay. And then they said to the north. I gotta stop. What have I got here? To the northwest is an elevated area with a greater quicken magic rod. At the south island, you will find a chest full of gold. You will get ambushed by a Raven Fade if you loot it. And on the southeast, you will get to fight 2 Jabberwock shadows. So neat. Who are all these people? Why are all these people here? Oh, I can't go back, huh?
I'm there.
Okay, so they said to the northwest. God, what is it? Where is it?
I do what I must.
Where's Vilder? Raven. There's gonna be a bunch of them, but I guess we just gotta fight.
Good, you dead.
Their life ends here.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them back there. See, wild gaze every frickin' turn. Even when they're surprised, they get off wild gaze. That's ridiculous. Haven. I can barely touch him. Okay, RNG's not gonna be happy with me today. stay like right about here. You are going to sing and move up to here. And I get to shoot some more, huh?
Cannot hide from me.
4 ones in a row! 4 ones in a row! My lord!
This will hurt.
That's enough to do that, and then I can move here. Akbo? Quite enough. Alright, Amiri, can you do me the favors? Start heading that way. And Val, just come over here and engage this one. I don't think I need to do a haste, but I think I'm going to anyway. Just to get in the habit of always doing it. Oh, he's not going to be involved. Oh well. We spread out too fast. He's got to move forward. Just shoot one. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There's my mouse.
Nowhere to run.
You should have run.
Okay. Northwest. So up here is some kind of a chest. South. What is this? South Island, you find a dredge hole. But I'm not. That must be like down here, but I'm not really interested in that. I'm just ready to go get the Jabberwock, right? Southeast, you get to fight 2 Jabberwock shadows, which I can't remember what they do. Should I look them up? I should probably look them up, shouldn't I? Welcome, whoever stopped in. Jabberwock shadows have 15 regeneration with nothing that stops them. 31 spell resistance, damage reduction 15. Resistant to acid, electricity, and sonic. Not cold. Immunity to fire. So we want to have the cold bow out. Okay, got it. So, you... Let's have you use the cold bow for the Jabberwocks. Fire is not going to work. So we have to use other things other than fire. Like physical damage, and we got to do a lot of it in a hurry. So we're definitely going to need to do a haste right away. Oh, for the love of Mike, more? Are you kidding me? You're going to make me fight the whole way there, aren't you? Damn it. Couldn't just let me get there, could you? Well, we can't let them shoot first, so... Camera...
Trouble?
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cast haste first.
I will protect. I aim true.
I don't tolerate threats.
Don't I have a whole crap load of breath squirrels? Yeah. Grab one of those. And you can only shoot one guy, huh? Shoot the archer.
Grant you death.
Miri, you're gonna charge over here. Akpo, I didn't realize you were hurt. Get over here. You've already cast that, so all you need to do is sing. And move up here. Why is it skipping my turn? Why did it skip my turn? I do not understand. This is really weird. Wow. It skipped my turn. It didn't let Fiona have a turn at all. And of course, everybody's paralyzed again.
Do not volta.
That's why I cast the haste beforehand. Yeah, they're going to hit all the time because... Game. I don't ever make a saving throw on these. Difficulty case is 30. She's plus 22, so I can't roll 8s. I mean, I have better than 50-50 chance on these, but I never get through any of them. I mean, I understand the bard because I didn't build her to fight things.
Cannot hide from me.
Oh, I can't really... Do I finally get to do something? Stinking game. I should have been able to attack last time, but you didn't let me. The wild gaze me again. Well, at least I knocked him down. Why do they get to do a wild gaze when it's not their turn? I don't understand. The mechanics are getting really bonkers here.
Man down.
They're getting to do things when there's nobody active on their turn.
Onward!
Nowhere to run. No strike wasted.
Miri? Wow, I missed a whole bunch of times. Usually don't miss that many times. I think it's the wild gazes again. Let's just get
You
pretty nasty.
offend me.
I didn't expect her to hit. Val, can you hit him at all?
Stay behind me!
Okay, before we do anything,
Something bothering you?
everybody, yeah,
Share
you
your
need to
troubles.
waste one of these. That get back Akpo? Yeah. Because that's, wow. That's protection from evil. They aren't really evil, are they? Okay, this is the chest, I think, that makes me get ambushed. So let's see if we can get ambushed. Or is this the one? That's considered the north? I'm very confused. Oh, that's a way down to that thing there. I don't think I want to go there, do I? Where's southeast here? Southeast, it told me, right? These things have 455 hit points, and fire doesn't work. Okay. That's going to be bad news. You're playing one of the faction your government will be present with some guards. Get some wild hunt to spawn. Jabberwock shadows. So I'm gonna have to fight wild hunt and Jabberwock? That's not fair. Not fair. Okay. Alright, I let the haste run out. Gotta remember to pause when I'm looking at my tablet, you know? Alright.
I'm there.
Alright, these guys are gonna be in it right away with Jabberwocks and Wild Hunt. Okay, so we gotta cheat a little
No
bit again.
time for idling.
You're gonna cast your haste now. Okay, everybody together and
In
charge.
due time.
There's a Jabberwock. So if we were to...
Ah, a test of my abilities.
Where am I? I don't understand. I saved. Why did I get totally wiped out? What the heck is wrong with him now? Confused. Son of a bitch. Okay. I can't do anything about confused. And I don't think I have. Yes, I do. think that stops confused. Who else is confused? The dog and a Mary. Jesus. I'm not doing very much damage to it at all. And you're going to have to throw one of these. Because fire doesn't work on them. I'll got one of these. And throw on a Mary. Oh, Mary. Skipped his turn again. What is it with skipping the turns? I do this specifically so they don't get skipped, and then you go ahead and you skip the turns anyway. Damn it! The wild gaze got me this time. Jesus Christ. I can't save versus wild gaze. We're just gonna lose. We aren't even gonna make it to the bad guy. I can't beat these things. Look at this. She's already 1/3 down. Are we not hasted anymore? How are we not hasted? Oh my god!
Let us strike as one. Strike.
Yeah, I can't hit him. We can't beat these guys. So this build is not gonna win this fight. Because I can't make any saving throws. Makes me skip their turns anyway, so it doesn't matter. See, wild gaze, everybody fails. Everybody fails their wild gaze saves. There's like 6 of them every turn. I can't do anything. He's confused, so he can't do anything. And all my allies are dead. She's got to sing. Move to here. And cast a haste again. A little bit closer. Cast a haste again, because they all went off. Just kill it. She can't hardly hurt him.
Do not falter. Onwards.
What, I'm paralyzed now? How am I confused? Okay, don't I have the cold thing anymore? Your wild gazes.
Protect me!
What the heck?
Anyone!
Oh, come on! This is ridiculous. Look at this. Everybody's gonna go down. Everybody's gonna go down. I can't win this. I can't even hit these things.
Stay behind me.
Can't hit him.
Don't hold back. This strike,
See, even more.
my masterpiece.
Even more. Oh. Doesn't get rid of paralyze. I don't know why Mass Heal doesn't get rid of paralyze. It's like there's no way I can fight this. These two always get paralyzed, and she does too. So I don't have my bard back up. I don't have anything. I can't do it. There's too many of them. She's gonna die. I can't do anything about it. It won't let me do anything about it. I'm really ticked at this. Wow. She's not gonna hit it. She doesn't have time for nonsense.
Let us strike again.
Did my heal not work? Extra attack.
This will hurt.
I missed it. Can't get to these guys. Killed my dog.
Longer.
I'm gonna kill Val. Tamara, you gotta sing. How many of these do I have? 20? Nope. I gotta move.
You should have run.
Wild gaze again. They shouldn't be allowed to spam that. I had 150 hit. Damn it. She should turn and hit this one. Can't hit, but... well, I can't charge him.
Don't hold back.
I need to throw one of these on him. Won't give him a turn. See? It's automatic. We have wild gaze every turn. I don't understand. I do not understand how they get away with that. Every frackin' turn.
Stay behind me.
Because he's only at 15.
This will.
I can do my full damage because I have ability to do that. I can only remove paralysis one more time, huh? I don't have anybody to attack with. Shoot this bastard. You're not doing a lot of damage, but you're doing some. Where are these other ones? Where are these guys coming from? Oh my god! Oh.
Let us strike as one.
Got to get rid of the guys that do fortitude saves on us, or those saves.
You should have run.
God, I can't hit. Oh, the RNG hates us. Tristan, these guys are subject to this. Why is this such a huge, loud, huge amount? I'm trying to cast it so that it won't hurt my people. But I can't do that. Firestorm. It's probably gonna hurt Val. Try Firestorm then. I actually get to shoot, huh? Oh, we've got to get rid of the wild gaze guys. Right? Or do I just want to shoot this thing? No, I want to shoot this guy.
I'm gonna use this.
Now, you are going to get hit. I don't care. Because you need to start beating on this guy and make him go away. I'm going to try and take down the jackal.
This wound, my
Because
gift to
I'm
you.
not reduced on my attacks to the javelin. And you... It's got ridiculous. Used up my mass heals. I could guess I could do another one. Oh, Ekin. I want you to shoot that guy.
Cannot hide from me.
Make it easier for Val to hit.
Do not falter.
Almost.
Don't hold back.
Not quite, huh? Alright, you're going to go to here. Do one of these. Can you finish this thing?
Nowhere.
And finish that thing. Wow! Wow, 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 wow. I didn't think we were going to get through that. The wild gaze is killing me. And I don't have any way to stop it. There's no defense. There's absolutely no defense to that. Well, how long is this taking me? It's taking me 45 minutes. So, if there's no defense to the wild gaze, there's really no point in picking any of this up. Well, we need to get that. Well, why can't I pick it up? That's the whole point of this. Talk to him. Others are long gone, but today of all days I miss their advice and support. Yeah. There was some kind of a chest over here, I don't know. Just in case.
Adventures are exciting.
Where the hell's the damn chest? Oh, it's just a longbow +5. Okay. Alright, so we're done with all that. We're running back here. We are not going to go do that. We are not going to go do that. We're going to need to rest again. Okay. What do I need here? Characters? Because I need to see. Yeah, Akbo's really out. Alright, so Tristan,
Right here, my friend.
you need to cast a Greater Restore on the pupper. Because our rest does not get rid of the near-death thingy-jingy. There are Storytellers here. I have all these people, but they don't really help me do anything against him. Got a fairy dragon. Where did I get a fairy dragon? Don't know where the fairy dragon's from. I don't remember the fairy dragon in any of the adventures. Do you guys? Okay. So it looks like resistance 30. So I need to not take so much fire. Do I have other things I can take with Tristan? Alright, well, give him the third part. Yes, this is the last one. Prepare yourself, Your Highness, for the third fragment. The barriers around your castle will fall. The Lantern King will be ready to give you an audience. ... So we did that. Now we gotta go confront the bad guy. I need to do some serious thinking about spells here, don't I? Well, go away. Well, she doesn't have a choice. Where's Tristan? There you go. Tristan. Way up here on 9th level spells. What is this? Energy drain. Affected by spell resistance, so it's not going to help. Fiery body's not bad. This would give me people to help fight with me. Elemental swarm. 2d4 large animals. How long does it take? So it's only going to be for fire elementals. Yeah, see, he's really much into fire. I think I'm going to take... I don't think energy drain's going to work. I'm going to need the extra heals for that. Here, I do have storm bolts, this thing, angelic aspect, and then I have firestorm. But I really don't have... What does this do? Rift of Ruin. That's always a cute one. Why don't we take Rift of Ruin instead of a Firestorm? Okay. It's a semi-AoE. I have 1 destruction and 4 restores and a sunbeam. Intense light. Each time you evoke a beam, the spell's duration is reduced by 3 rounds. Each creature in the beam is blinded permanently and takes 46 of damage. 46 effective blindness and reduces damage by half. An undead creature caught in the beam takes 1d6 points of damage. I'm not gonna facing undeads, but 4 restorations is gonna have to do. Would hurt to have a resurrection though. Okay. I don't have any, like, really nice cold spells, do I? I thought I had... I do have a Polar Midnight. Okay, instead of Fiery Body, Let's put this here. We're going to take one Polar Midnight. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Let's see, I've got a Dispel Magic, I've got a Hellfire Ray, 2 heals, Joyful Rapture. What's the area of effect? 60-foot burst, so that might get me out of some of those bad things. Chains of Light are always good for some of them. Wounds, Cleanse, Serenity. I know I have Flame Strike, but I don't think it's... half of its damages. I think I need to cast this on my Archer. And we gotta protect. We gotta do up all our protections, scrolls, and wands and stuff. Archon's aura, but he has angelic aspect, right? He's got angelic aspect greater. So I don't think there's any reason to take Archon's aura. So I could take instead... What do I want to take? Just another resist energy, because they're going to remove them from us, right? I don't know what to take. I don't have a remove blindness. Yes, I do. I'm going to take a remove blindness. I think there's at least one thing that blinds me in here. And I'm taking 6 of these. Because they paralyze us all the time. And I actually have a wand or a bunch of scrolls of this, so I'm actually going to take these things, because if the Unbreakable Heart says, saving throws, mind effects, rely on negative emotions, such as crushing despair, rage, or fear, or that would force to harm an ally, such as confusion. Under such an effect, when receiving this spell, that effect is suppressed for the duration of the spell. It does not affect mind-affecting effects based on positive emotions. So this would get rid of the confusion things, which I think I'm going to get messed with. So I'm actually going to use like scrolls and wands and or my bard to do the remove fears. Okay, and this one is Shield of Faith, because I had to do... Oh, Fairy Fire, what does that do? Oh. One friendly creature. Or do I want to do... Shield of Faith doesn't deflection bonus. Let's do Fairy Fire. We're going to change up his spells royally here. She just casts whatever. He's got those, of course. So I'm changing those. Hold Animal. Chameleon Stride. Sense Vitals. I never have time to do this. It takes a whole action to do that. Alright, Soothing Mud is nice. Remove Disease. Got a Cure Serious. Blessing of the Salamander. What does it do? Fire resistance 20 and plus 2 on combat maneuver defense. Hmm. How long does that last? One round per level, so it's not going to last very long. Heal creature. 1d8 for 2 points, too, so what's the maximum? 10d8, yeah, I'll do like 9d8. Other people tell me to take animal growth, but it doesn't work when your animal gets as big as Akbo is. You can't make him any bigger. There is a limit to it. Okay, I think he's okay. Alright, we have to pause here. I need to do inventory. So he's got 3rd level and lower. What was that spell I saw? Yeah, instant enemy. Spike growth, manage right. So I could get off those. I could not get off these. So I have to be done earlier. Alright, so he's got one of these. She has... This is... What does it do? Extends a spell. This is 3rd level or lower, is a quicken spell. Wand of Slow. I just picked up one here now. Where is this? What is this? Greater Extended. Rod's can be used with spells of 9th level or lower. That's just extended, right? It's extended. Which means they last a whole lot longer. Okay, she doesn't need to go to 9th level spells because she doesn't have any 9th level spells. This is Maximize. This is Extend. It's... Okay, this is a Greater Extend, so you're going to get an Extend. Lesser Quicken. 3rd level or below. So that's not going to help you. We do have lots of raised deads. Got 24 resurrections, 30 greater restores. So I got to remember to go into my scrolls here and use everything. I had wands of protection too. I have a whole stack of them. Resist cold, resist acid, resist electricity, resist fire is going to be the most important one. Resist sonic. So you are definitely going to carry around the resist fire, because we're going to need to cast that like twice every battle or something. And a wand of sea invisibility. Ooh. For level 30 minutes. Yeah. We're going to be doing some shenanigans here. Just going to use the wand to cast that, and then right before we go in the door, we'll cast that. And we'll cast the wand of resistance. Probably put all the wands of resistance on her to do that. Okay, so she's going to cast a whole bunch of wands of resistance and then keep the fire one. And then we're going to put See Invisibility, Fearless, Undeath, and Heroism. She's got to cast all the heroisms. These things are going to last 10 minutes, so these get cast last. Right, these get cast last. Okay. Got to keep this straight. Got to get this right in the right sequence that you have everything on as maximum time as possible. after we take the rest. It's just gonna be what you do here, right? Because everybody else doesn't have spells. Alright,
Depend on me.
so you have up the Ancient Hunt, +2, both damage, attack and damage. And then the trick is whether I'm using the cold bow or this one. Because it's +5 with a 19 to 20 critical range. -4 to armor class. That's the important part, is -4 to armor class makes everybody able to hit a little bit better. I mean, we're going to be hitting armor class 50s here or something. It's going to be ridiculous. Okay. I think that's all I can do at this point. Alright, so let's get everybody together. We gotta talk to him. Do you know where my other allies are? Scattered across the islands that the capital has become. This is fortunate in a way. Servants of Land King are also scattered chasing them. Our task would have been much harder if there was no... Okay. So that's what I already knew. And I need rest. Time is not running out. Check the journal. Because if you check the journal, we still have 17 days and 8 hours before time's actually running out. So we helped him, we blew up attacks again. So we did all these four. Reach a safe place. Gather apology fragments for the storyteller, which we did. Okay. So all that's left now is... We don't have much time left. Our daring ruler... So this is going to be tough. Because I really don't have the ability to keep these people standing. I thought her rage would protect her better, but... when you have to face 7 or 8 wild gaze saving throws all at once... It's like every one of the Fae people casts Wild Gaze. And I can't do anything about it. No, I don't want that on.
Friendship lasts forever.
Nope, turn that off. Don't do that. What does this do? Four spells they cast per day is those in the extend spell. Yeah, we don't want to do that until we're casting like the haste. So it can make the haste last for like 20 rounds. Okay. So we have rest. Yes. I'm very confused. Why do those three have heroism? On each sneak attack damage die. That's not what I need. Should we rest again to see if I get something better? I can't remember what that book gives me. Where's that book? Where am I? There I am. Okay, this book. It's one new chapter every time on rest, granting a benefit until the next, depending on which companion the chapter selected randomly. Shelburne grants the ability to use Fireball. Chapter about Lord Oda grants +5 confidence on Persuasion and use Magic Device. Chapter about Skirford allows dealer 1 damage, sneak attack damage die. Wolfgang heightened +10 confidence on stealth checks. To make a target rage. So none of them are really any all that great. So, because I can't do sneak attack damage anyway. Actually, probably belongs in the hands of a thief. Like, knock knock. Who would benefit much more from most of those abilities. Okay, so now we are all right. I did this right? Yeah, he's at full. He's got all his spells.
I'm listening.
So I've got one Polar Midnight. That's not the first thing I want to cast. Oh, why did I keep those? What else can I take at second level? Sorry, folks, I've got to make sure I get this right because this is... Once you go in, you're done. What's Delay Poison? It's a third level spell, huh? We've got a lot of scrolls of Remove Delay Poison, I think. Where's my Delay Poisons? I think I have 6 of these. I think 6 is going to be enough. Because they last for an hour. These only last for 1 minute per level, so they only last for 7 minutes. Unfortunately, I don't get a rest period between these things, I'm pretty sure. I've got 6 Delay Poison Communals.
A simple smile goes a long way.
And she can do it too. So we don't need you to be doing delay. Spell book. So, delay poisons. Why don't we take another resist energy? What do we got here that might be good? I can always convert them into cures. So it's like you want to take something else. What does this do? 1d4 plus 2, a minimum 3 skeletal champions. You make them come up just to get people's way. That might be interesting. Why don't we drop one of those in there? What is this? Remove blindness, searing light, throw up some animated. We're going to rest again. Yeah. You know, mostly it's going to be protection from fire and electricity, I think. Fire mostly. Fire is the big one. Now, I do not have... I do not have a raised debt. I do have a breath of life. If I can heal enough, I bring you back from that. This gets rid of... We're going to take a raised debt instead. Because there's really nothing. Well, if I can summon the elemental that I want, right? I don't have to summon a fire elemental. Let me summon an elemental. 6th. Hellfire Ray's probably not going to work. I'm going to take an extra... Spell Magic Greater? Summon Huge Elemental. I should bring people onto the battlefield. I think he's going to become a summoner. This is a really tough one because Destruction is really nice. Sunbeam can be nice. And I do need the Greater Restores. Just in case. Chain Light, Angel Aspect, and this thing. Yeah, that should be good. And Polar Midnight and 3 Mass Heals. Right, because Polar Midnight you can't really use real well because... reasons. They run out of it. $1d6 points of dexterity damage. Save each round negates the dexterity but not the cold damage. And it is affected by target spell resistance, which means the big bad bosses will just ignore it, you know. And it's within close range, so you got to be like on top of them to do it, too. But we're gonna keep that out there for one more. The one you want to use it on. There's one of the guys you're gonna fight. Here we got to rest again. Sorry. Get my spells back up. All right, now are we under 17 days? No, we're still. We have 70 days and 5 hours. Okay, so we're at 1 hour and 13 minutes. We're gonna make one run today. I don't know if we'll make it, but we'll see how bad it is. Then maybe we can rethink how we're going to do this. Turn that off. Okay, so now I think we've got to go in here. She's got to get all of these resistances. Where's my resistance ones? So she's got to get all her resistance wands out here first. Right, so I've got 4, 5. They last for 10 minutes. This lasts 10 minutes per level, 30 minutes. So it's got to go off first. Wand of Heroisms go off even before the others. Okay. So we're going to try to do this the right way.
Is there trouble?
So she's got a Wand of Heroism. Okay. Now she's used up the Wand of Heroism. She sets that down. Grabs Wand of Resist Acid. This one is See Invisibility. That'll last for 30 minutes. These will only last for 10. So these and the scrolls we have to use when we get closer. Right?
No time for idling.
Oh, it's only personal? Well, that's a pointless thing. Never mind. That's a wasted wand. I just didn't realize that was personal. I thought it was communal. Whoopsie! Not the one I wanted to do. Resist Sonic. Okay. Those are my 5 resistances, and then I'm going to grab a Wand of Slow. And a Wand of Call Lightning, maybe? So does not attack you. The Dense Cloud Vermin gives you partial concealment against ranged attacks, and a creature that makes successful melee attack against you, 2d6 points swarm damage. Poison on the swarm, but is not affected by the swarm's distraction ability. Wand of Controlled Fireball. Wand of Crushing Despair. Controlled Fireball, Crushing Despair, those might work. Well, they're not going to work against Fae. Fae don't care. Lightning Bolts might work against Fae. Right? It's only 5d6, though. This is what I need to put on her. This is, she gets this back, and then she should have another one. She should have another Quicken Rod. Right? Rod of Undeath. So these got to go back on when she gets done with these, so that she can cast her spells quickened and extended, or extended on the haste. Okay, so I gotta manipulate things here. Okay, and then you need to grab one of these, and you need to grab one. Didn't I have remove fear? Thought I had a remove fear. I guess I don't. So remove fear is going to have to be done the old-fashioned way. Okay.
How may I help?
The world is full of wonder.
Be on guard.
I'm always ready.
Okay. That puts everybody together. Let's go up by the capital. I think I might have to fight my way through is my problem. To get up to the capital. Do I have to fight the door guards or something?
Follow if you dare.
Alright, so there it is. So now we got to do all the protections. Alright, first off, we're going to... Hello. We're going to save the game here. First try. Alright, we gotta do a bunch of...
Adventures are exciting.
Okay, these things... Gonna go off at 10 minutes. His...
Something bothering you?
What's I gonna have him do?
A simple
She needs
smile
to have
goes
her-
a long way.
Okay. I got this wrong. One of these... Oh, come on. So what I need to do is... On him... We grab the protection scrolls. Right? Okay. So protections, resistances, and then... Okay. So,
Share your troubles.
okay. That's as good as I can do for now. Now I gotta go back and do all the inventory. He's gotta get back his stuff. He had one of the meta... Where are they? Where are the rods? Oh, they're all up here. Okay, he had... That's supposed to be on my girls. Twice as long as normal. That goes on her. She gets the twice as long as normal. Take the face of that one. This one goes on him. He gets the extended if there's something he casts that way. This was maximize 9th level spells. That's what he gets. She gets... She can use one of those too. And a quicken. Quicken spell is hers. This is an extend. Lets us cast quicker. So that she can like recast a haste and something else. And he's got extended, maximize. I had 2 greater maximizes. Oh, I didn't know I had 2 greater maximizes. Rod of Fearless. Saving throws against fear. Quickened. Do I need to put that on him? Doesn't he have one of those? Yeah, he has one of those. So who else needs to be quickened? She's got extended, quickened, and maximize, I guess. And then what else did I have here? Another quicken. Does he have a quicken? No, he might need to cast like his paralysis. That should let him cast 2 of those, right? Now, somewhere... I had... This freedom of movement's everybody. For 10 minutes per level. Doesn't keep me out of trouble. Greater invisibility will only last for 7 rounds here. She might need that. Okay. So now we have to turn on the extended on her.
Friendship lasts forever.
That's maximized, no. Extended. Let's do extended. And then she's going to cast a haste. Alright, so if you come up here and you look at all these, all these are up for about 9 minutes. Haste is up for 3 minutes and 46 seconds. So that's lots of game rounds. We've got up the remove fears and the see invisibles, delay poisons, heroisms. I guess we're as good as we're ready to go. All right, since I did all that, we're gonna save again. We're just gonna save over the same thing. Because now I've buffed myself up. And we're gonna go in. That's our time. An hour and a half. All right, we're gonna make one run here to see how far we can get, how bad this really is. Okay? Everybody together through the door. Why not? Let's take it with us.
I'm there.
There we are. Your footsteps echo on from the ceiling of the Ravish throne room. The sound attracts the attention of old Remus, slouching on the steps of the throne. He looks up, shakes his head slightly as if displeased, but keeps silent. Nothing betrays the mask of a deity in this hunched man. He is.
Still hiding behind masks, eldest. Isn't it time you cast them away?
Words, words. How little value we attach to them, and how much they truly mean. But I've grown tired of words and prophecies. I will no longer predict chaos and death. Instead, I will show them to you, myself.
Okay, first guy is a 20th level monk. And he does some serious AoE damage.
Oh yes, the time has come! The time of fate and curses!
Come at me, I dare you.
Along with... what are these? Builderhaven. Okay. He's a monk. He's ridiculous. Is this one? Just to show you. So he's a 20th. See, they're 30th level. How are you supposed to fight a 30th level anything? He's a 20th level monk and 10th level Fey. 485 hit points. AC 50. Spell resistance 19. Damage reduction 10. Exceptions chaotic. Doesn't make any sense. Because he is chaotic. It should be exceptions law. But. And he's immune to disease. And he hits like a truck. So he'll do 31 to 49 damage and he'll kill people once per round. He's going to do these things too. So he's ridiculous. I don't have the ability to do anything. Because she's way down here. Why is she always at the end? Well, Val, just go engage. Do we have any scrolls that would help out here? What's that? Scroll of Icy Prison. It's only a level 9 though. Well, I could give somebody displacement. That's what I forgot to cast on him, didn't I? No, he has those on. Okay. Oh, I gotta get out of my girlfriend's way. Gotta get out of my girlfriend's way. I don't want to be there. You are not gonna get him very well.
I aim true.
Oh. Actually did do pretty good on him. That wasn't too bad for... Now, here comes the wild gazes. The wild gazes. Akbo. I'll go get that one. Alright, you annoying person, you.
This will hurt.
God, they have so many hit points. Okay. The idea for her is to sing. Does she have anything she wants to cast? I think that's all we're gonna do. But Weary. You can get all the way up here to hit this guy. Because you got that Fey Bane. You're not likely to hit him very well. I'll try it. Hit him twice. Thank you. That makes me able to... What do I have to do here? Do we have... Is he Chaos or is he... What are you? Chaotic neutral. Neutral evil. So... Both kinds of things work, huh? So we've got protection from evil communal. So let's do that one first. Keep going after the monk.
I grant you death.
Because he's got way too many hit points. Akvo! Just to get the guy in front of you. Oh, finally tripped one. Yay! Okay, can I cannot get there to hit anybody.
You should have run.
Okay, we got rid of one. She just needs to move up. She doesn't really need to do anything. Shoot
Your
one?
time is over.
Oh, she actually hit something. Amiri. This guy's yours. Yes, we must get rid of the Val. He's yours.
Stay behind me.
Well, not really, but okay. Tristan, shoot this one. No, I don't want to cast a spell. Why did it cast the spell? Well, we're gonna have to start that over. Sorry, folks. I don't understand why it did what it did. We're gonna have to do that again. Sorry. I don't know why it's got me stuck on trying to cast that damn spell. So we're gonna have to do this again. See if we can get through this first boss. Alright, here we go. We have everything loaded. Come on. We have to run up here because we're under a haste. And we hear her
Still
thing.
hiding behind masks, eldest.
Words, words.
And it comes out here and it's gonna fight us.
The time of fate
Okay.
and curses.
Alright. And they get to go first. Okay. Now Mary gets to charge first for a change. But she can't charge anything, can she? Alright, she'll go beat on this one. Damn!
This will hurt.
This is bad. You gotta hit him.
I grant you death.
She's gonna cast a nasty spell here. She needs to sing. Akpo. Get up here and help him here. Okay. What I wanted to do is cast a scroll of protection from evil. I don't think that helps. I should cast something else. Where were those, oh. Yeah, we're gonna take out a couple of these. And we're gonna cast this on this guy. Yeah, we took some damage, but that's the way it goes. Alright, she's gotta try and get rid of this guy. Can't quite do it. Miri, take one out. One down.
You should have run.
Keep shooting at the monk. Okay, you're gonna move to here. We're gonna make sure this works right. What I want her to do... Oh, actually, first thing I want to do is turn off that. And then I want her to go grab one of these. Right? And just cast that. Right there, that will get everybody. Okay, so that does work like that. Okay. Got 18 of those left. Akbo. I probably need to move up a little bit. Can I take a pot shot? Miss badly. He gets to do his thing. Alright, Val? Can you get up on this side of him? And hit this guy? Okay. Miri, I want you to be over here, and then come back here, so that we're surrounding him. Okay. Can I get off a charge? Almost. She took him out.
You don't seem to like my curses.
Okay. So he's gonna come back in the same spot. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I hit space. He's the Lantern King. Oh, they're all the Lantern King. This is the... Okay. Damn it.
I still got it.
They killed me? He killed me in one go? Why can't Akbo do anything? I am so confused. Sickened, I guess.
Onward!
sickened too. Tristan. Oh, where is the... Can't reach her? Oh, hell. I'm gonna have to cast all these spells on her again. Oh, we're dead. I didn't realize he could kill me in one shot.
You offend me.
Nowhere to run.
Bring it! Stay behind me!
Trying to cast this stupid spell. Where did it go? Oh. No. Why can't I move there? So I can't move. Alright, I can't use that spell anymore. Tamara, I think we're going to use up another mass heal. Why can't it stay in type so I can find things? Where in the heck is a... Ah! Why can't I use... Where are my heals? F... G, H, I... There they are. this is where I'm in trouble. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. What's going on? I do believe this is broken. I think I broke the game, folks. It's stuck. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna lose this. Where is he? Planter King, Scout, Scout, Archer, Scout, Monarch. He's the one that's got to go down first.
Dead. No strike wasted.
'Cause now you can kill him. Yeah, I think my game is broken. Okay, Tristan. Can't do anything. Amiri, come over here and beat on him. Miss. You only needed a 9, girl.
Let us strike as one.
Oh wait, we're not doing real good. You, sir. We have a scroll of resurrection here somewhere. Type R. You need to cast. You need to get like right here. You're gonna get hit hard. This takes a full round. Oh, within any range. Get back here. You'll raise her up next turn. Camera, are you not singing? Do we still have our hazes? Shaken. She needs to... What does she need to do?
Now you see me. Now you don't.
The hell? Oh, they got him again? For the love of Mike! I can't make any saving throws. The only one that matters.
Do not falter.
What was that? I gotta cast another mass hail, don't I? Where's my mass heals? Inventory. Inventory. No. I wish it would stay in the last thing that you sorted. Heals. It doesn't get people out of paralysis is the problem. Jesus! Yeah, this is... Yeah, I can't win this. There's absolutely no help.
Grant me strength.
Why? You're just gonna die. Everybody's gonna die. I haven't even done any damage to him. Look at that. I can't hit him. I can't hit him at all. Alright, we did get the...
Onward! Strike!
Yeah, I can't hit him. He has got to cast... remove paralysis on him. What? She's got to cast another mass heal. Why won't it stay sorted? Wild gaze again. Dang it! Why? I can't hit him. They just get to shoot all day long. I'm just loose. Wow. Yeah, I can't do this, guys.
I need your breath.
There's no way. There's no way I can do this. I can't even hit him. First time I've hit him all battle.
Stay behind me! Ha!
The one person who gives me the advantage to do that
Don't hold back. Ha!
is Ekandio with his arrows. I gotta do it again. I'm gonna use one of these. They keep just tearing me apart. She can't really do anything short of... We have Polar Midnights. Here we go again. Not staying in sorted. Polar Midnights. Where are Polar Midnights? Let's cast... Icy Prison. Wild Gazes again. Jeez. 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 Give me a break. This is ridiculous! How is he shooting if he's in prison? Damn Lantern King. Way the hell over there. Miss, of course.
Let us strike as one.
Not getting through this. Now I use Polar Midnight. Use Polar Midnight. I'm going to use it. On this lot here. I don't know how they can wild gaze out of that fog. It's just not fair at all.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Dawn flash.
He's dead. Yeah, I can't do it. I am not good enough.
Do not falter.
This will hurt.
I can't hit. I can't hit. I can't hit. I can't hit. And I got nobody to cast spells, so everybody's gonna die.
I can't keep this up much longer.
Where the hell did he go? God. Yeah, she's dead. Because I don't have anybody that can do anything.
Onwards.
Oh, come on. Can't hit him.
Now you see. Now you don't.
See, they can see her.
Cannot be
She can't keep herself up. We're dead. Completely and totally freaking dead. This is ridiculous. Can't hit. She's paralyzed or dead. Yep, where you can't do this guy.
You should have run.
I can't hit him. He's gonna get away. How are they not taking damage? Killed me. Where the hell did he go? Where the hell is he? Didn't hit him even once. Yep, I can't do this. All my people are dead. everybody's dead. I mean, dead. They're killing Narissa, too. Oh, where the hell is he now?
Strike!
So I need 20s because I'm dead for something? I'm blind? Okay.
I'm bad at it.
Yep, he's dead. Everybody's dead. As soon as the Horde Hunter's body disappeared in the fire, the destroyed throne room is flooded with light. The Lantern King in his true blazing form appears in the middle of the room. His furious mask is ringed by fire. The games have ended. Time freezes like resin, trapping you and the eldest in amber light, and this light grows brighter. Okay, here we go. Come on. Yeah, we can't, we're not good enough really to do this. Because I don't have any of my buffs up. Rays pass through you, pierce you ruthlessly, bearing most intimate secrets, fears, and desires. Something inside you resonates with the light of the eldest. Your curse. It's like the splinter of an arrow that remains in the wound. A slow weapon crawling toward your heart. As soon as the rays touch it, it begins to heat up, turns, then burns with intolerable pain.
Time for masks is over. You risk challenging the eldest, and I accept the challenge. Fight not a mere embodiment, but my true essence. This is my essence. I don't need magic or servile monsters to destroy you. Words are yes, words. I once told you, words spoken in the right time and place possess the power of the storm. You lightheartedly answer that you know your power and essence are. Duty, desire to make the world a better place. I remember your answer. The world remembers it too. Your answer, your heart, essence. And now, cursed Queen, I'm taking this part of your soul, as I took away Nyrissa's ability to love. What you call your essence is yours now.
Words of the eldest fly towards you like an arrow, ready to give you force to the curse. The utterly torments you. You have but an instant to reply. Why do you imagine I told you the truth back then, eldest of mischief and lies? Perhaps you are the one who was fooled. Who can be fooled so easily has no power over words. Yep. Seated on a buff check. A wave of pain comes crashing down upon you, but it recedes quickly. You cannot tell whether you were protected by your words or by something more. The essence of your soul, but the attack of the eldest was parried.
Let us continue. We both win the crown. But what do you want? A meager patch of land, a few thousand souls? My dominion is chaos and magic, madness and deceit. Your power is nothing compared to mine. That is why you are helpless before me. You will take my every blow as a divine punishment, as something imminent.
Okay, I get a bunch of choices here. There's auto successes here because of these things here. Is according to the wiki, everything that you got to a level 10 is an auto success. And then you can go here if you want to try to, do these things. I'm no good at those, so I don't want to do those. So, I'll go with 3. Endless loyalty of my subjects. Can you make a similar boast? You feel strange as if wrapped in an invisible veil that protects you from the eldest wrath. And its source is yet your curse. It bound you to your kingdom, but through this bond can pass not only pain and death, but power as well.
I'm curious what you think of me, cursed Queen. Do you see me as a villain or a simple joke? In truth, well, never be able to conceive of the truth being Being an eldest means being one of the many strings that hold the world in place. Being an eldest means being such a vast and self-sufficient value that one's equals become strangers and one's inferiors are entirely insignificant. I am an eldest. Laughter, guile, transformation, that's what I am. What I am, I will let you feel a modicum of my loneliness. I will take away your pillar of strength.
My dog. Okay, so your party will get champion in the game of words. +4 sacred bonus on fortitude, reflex, and will saves. And then I have to fight the last one. They'll be resurrected, but we won't have any buffs. So first thing we got to do is protection from fire and stuff like that. Remove fear. Alright, you don't have the right to take anything from the eldest, but I have the right to retrieve what has been taken unfairly. Go, lawful. Oh, come on. Game, stop it. Blinding light flashes away, frightened like a living creature. The blistering metal of the curse cools. Still hurts, but the pain is no longer unbearable. You stand before the eldest as before a blazing living star, and he looks at you as if seeing you for the first time.
Good. You can play with words. Let us see if you can withstand the heat of my fire.
Probably not.
I don't tolerate threats.
Everybody can't do anything for a turn. Alright, he's got to cast... God, we're all scattered all over creation. Where is everybody? That's Tristan. Where is... I guess everybody's standing all together there, huh? Okay, this would let me cast a 3rd level or lower spell. I don't have the spell I need to cast, because I don't do that. She does the remove fear. I need to cast a protection from fire. Where is... Turn this off. I need to cast a protection from fire. Where is my protection from fire? Where did my protection go? There. I only have resist? No, there it is. Protection from fire. Where is everybody, and why don't they have protection from fire? Where are all my companions standing? You know, I can't see my people. Why do I only have that? Okay. Mr. Eldest. Here I come. Got lots of hit points. 710 hit points. Alright, that's my turn. here. Right. Why doesn't she have the spell one? Oh, she does. All you can do is just get up here close. You're allowed to attack him. You've got to move to here. Sing. You can't cast a... Change weapon? I didn't change weapon. It's a third level spell, why can't I cast it? Well, I'll haste all of us. I'll haste the rest when they get up here. Because he's got to move, like, over here to get one shot.
Cannot hide from me.
Now he does terrible things. Did a bunch of damage to us. That's bad. Akbo, get up here. Whoa, get out of that. Mary. Tristan, you can come up to here. Let's go over here. Did I move too far? I moved too far. I'm such a dumb shit. Third level spells. Is he evil? Nice neutral. I need chaos. Can I cast a chaos? Protection from chaos. No, I can't cast it this turn. I can animate some dead. Here. I have a few skeletons to have him play around with. Attack. I don't know. Okay. Why am I don't want to move. What's going on? There. Because what I want to do is I have all these things on. Right? Take an extra attack. Swing on him 8 times. I got him down about 1/3 of the way. Val, you're not gonna have a real good time hitting.
Stay behind me!
We actually hit him a couple times. She hit him. Okay, Tamara cast another haste. Now, do you have... That's the quicken, so you can actually cast the haste, like right here. Should get all of us again. And then you can cast superheroism on Fiona. Give her a little better chances to hit. Okay, she's done. Back in. Did a little bit of damage. Am I gonna get through this? This is beyond me. Akbo! Is Amiri gonna put in the coup de grace? I don't believe it! You've had the chance to see a star die. Spots of cold, lifeless darkness cover the fiery form of the Lantern King, growing, devouring, and with a dull moan, settling onto the ground, a cloud of cold, black dust. But a moment later, right where the eldest crown lay burning, another shining image is born. It grows, glowing, turning into a familiar silhouette, wearing a crown. The Lantern King. The Lantern King freezes. His light flickers strangely.
I don't remember sensing.
Defeat. What a refreshing feeling. I don't remember sensing it for a dozen millennia. Change with incredible speed. One breath you are looking at upon horrible grimace of wrath. Another breath and it's replaced with playful astonishment. Another and it's the mask of fatherly care. Okay.
But what's next? How will you end this story? Listen, I know. Elegant and refined. The hero defeats a deity in battle. Impressive, he grants the victor power and immortality. The hero enters the chambers of the deity to become his champion and herald. Eternal, powerful, equally glorified both in the first world and in Valerian. Her kingdom healed from its wounds and flourished under the rule of the immortal champion. A beautiful ending, isn't it? And this legend is yours for the asking.
Okay, I gotta read my things here. I did not do the true ending because I did not go after her. Take Narissa's officer, immortality and salvation of my kingdom, but with nothing to do with you, Eldest. If you don't want to deal with fate politics, then choose. I will not bow to you, Eldest. Don't get your hopes up. Here is my offer. Lift the curse, return my kingdom to glory, and forget we exist, and I will forget that you exist. Okay.
Trust the laughing lie. Don't do this. Not after everything you and I have endured because of him. I can give you immortality and power, though not as much as the Lantern Kings. Perhaps we won't be able to stand against the Eldest, but accept my gift and my patronage. And together we will make him pay for what he's done.
How sad it is to hear you, Narissa. Thousands of years for nothing! You haven't learned a single lesson. Never learned to do. But what do you say?
What will you ask in return for immortality, and what exactly do you offer as a reward? What about Narissa? What will happen to her if I agree to your offer? What do you suggest, Narissa? Eternal life and power, the patronage of the eldest. I like this reward. That's taking the herald's job. I take Narissa's office, immortal salvation of my kingdom, with nothing to do with you, eldest. If the curse, return my kingdom and glory, and forget we exist, and don't forget you to exist. And you're sure I can't kill you? I think I'll try. Finish him. What happens if you do that? It doesn't tell you. I think you lose if you do that. So we're gonna get the ending slimes again. So 2.5 hours, we actually did it. I didn't think we would do it. I thought for sure we were dead after the Horde Hunter. But I guess because I've laid down the cone of cold thingy there, the, what's that called? Icy Prison? Or whatever it is? No, it's not Icy Prison. It's, oh, I don't know. I can't remember what it is. But it's that big cold thing where it's like an area of effect cold and it keeps messing with your dexterity and doing damage. And that was doing damage to him in that last round. I didn't realize. I have to remember that in the future if you're doing this. Something to remember, guys. Drop one of these big ice area effect things right where his spawn point is during the Horned Hunter thing. Because then when he comes up here, he'll be sitting in it and he'll take damage from it because he won't move from it right away. And you can get to him. So that was interesting to have it just be on the edge of his starting spot. Okay, I don't have anybody in chat right now to tell me which choice to make. I'm going to say I will not bow to you, Eldest. Don't get your hopes up. Here's my offer. Lift the curse, return my kingdom to Galarian, and forget we exist. And I will forget that you exist. How's that? Do number 7. After you speak, silence falls. A deep chasm. Light pours from the lies of the lantern. King's mask, still the mask of paternal care, though you do not mistake this for what lies beneath it.
So be it. This performance has run its course. It would be unwise to continue. Besides, I have no love of dying, returning to life. My fellow eldest are very good at playing especially intricate pranks at that exact moment.
Measured, ponderous manner. Pronounces his words as if reading them.
You were cursed by my will. By my will, you are now free from the curse. May the shackles be broken, the fetters be loosened. What's been stolen will be returned. What's been divided will be made whole again. I say farewell, and release your kingdom to an Tyrian flame. Go, be glad of your ordinary mortal life. Forget the gods of the first world. Now they no longer concern you.
Okay. And face and debate the one final enemy, which I did. White screen. We should get to ending slides.
Now that the eldest and other spiteful beings wouldn't be bothering us, the queen returned to her subjects and celebrated the victory and the end of the kingdom's miseries with great fanfare. Everything gradually returned to normal, including our exciting lives. Not always peaceful, but also not troubled by invasions from another world. And little by little, our heroes and the common folk began to forget the sorrows of the past. Sometimes, on clear spring nights, the queen saw dreams. In them, the nymph Nyrissa, fierce and wounded, battled the Jabberwock, died, and returned to life again and again and again. Under the wise leadership of the queen, the stolen lands became a true country. There was still much to be done, of course, and some of it will need to be finished by our heroine's descendants. But there are no longer cut purses on every corner, and the peasants aren't afraid some new self-proclaimed chief will show up and strong-arm himself into power.
Turn off. Okay, I'll continue this. We'll keep doing those slides here.
The lands are called the land of popular rule, for in these lands, common people feel fully in control of their fates. Unfortunately, the total absence of authority allowed one of the richest regions of the kingdom to proclaim itself an independent republic, and retrieving those territories came at a rather high price for the queen. Just half a year after the war with the First World, Galt moved its troops to the southern border of the kingdom. Their attack was rebuffed. The enemy state's infantry retreated when the army's wizards brought down rains of fire and magical arrows on the heads of the flabbergasted enemy soldiers. Since then, Galt hasn't risked crossing any borders again, fearing cruel retaliation for further insolence.
Yeah, that was my choice to make wizards in the army.
The queen's subjects praise her generosity, while citizens of neighboring lands groan from crippling taxes. Citizens of the stolen lands have it
monk.
out its nobility, and the kingdom in the Stolen Lands is no exception. Landowners, ready to share the burden of ruling alongside the queen, grew to be more and more influential over time. And the more pompous the court balls and receptions held by dukes and baronets became, the more eventful were the lives of the schemers and freeloaders who always live within the shadows of the powerful.
Yeah, that was one I didn't like, that choice
The
I made.
feud between Brevois North and South, which had been smoldering for ages, finally sparked the fires of civil war. We didn't interfere, watching as the forces of House Sertova and the Sword Lords slaughtered each other. Alternating between brief truces and fresh fights, Brevois was flooded with blood and grew weak. Its leaders could only watch helplessly as their border territories were slowly annexed by neighbors, until they fell to squabbling among themselves. The butchery in Brevois jeopardized the peace of the entire region. Led by careful, level-headed Dugath, the Tiger Lords tribe reunited and started to lick the wounds left by the erratic Armagh. Little by little, they once again became one of the strongest mercenary armies in the region. Dugath always assured our queen of his friendship, but the queen always stayed on her toes, understanding that anything could happen when that old fox is around. Pitax almost returned to its former state, a joyful city filled with beers of dubious quality and deals of questionable legality. The old trade houses lost the crown, but they retrieved the property Iravetti had taken from them. Soon, Pitax became almost like a second capital in the kingdom, a thriving city through which rivers of money from across the region ran. Unfortunately, we get much less of this money than we would like. Governor Liachenza turned out to be helpless against widespread embezzlement.
Of course he did.
Maestro Bellavara gave the Academy of the Arts a second wind. Throwing out mediocre students and sycophants, she gathered within its walls talented visionaries, rebels, and freethinkers, those whose gifts felt cramped within the walls of more respectable institutions. She managed to do what Iravetti never could, namely, make the Academy truly famous, albeit scandalously so. So, what if instead of odes to the Queen, the Academy releases sneering pamphlets and revolutionary leaflets? It only helps her reputation as a true patron of the arts. The dangerous man-eating trolls disappeared entirely from the forests and swamps of the Stolen Lands. Kobolds, though, being sneaky and clever, are still sometimes met by travelers and hunters who wander off the beaten track. Some even say the short reptiles still praise the great King Tartuk, but no one knows for certain. As soon as anyone approaches the kobolds, they forget their military honor and turn tail. After enduring so many storms and troubles, Varnhold eventually turned into a real city. Daring settlers decided to conquer the vast, wild expanses of Dunsword, and despite all odds, they succeeded. The modest colony that almost vanished at the hands of an ancient lich turned everything around to become a thriving city with lively river trading. Magar Varn and his beloved, after distinguishing themselves in the battle for the kingdom, soon celebrated their wedding.
Yep,
Half the
that was my
capital
downloadable
invited,
content
but they weren't ready
that I
to
played
settle down
offline.
and have already set off with another party of mercenaries. They've come to the aid of our kingdom on multiple occasions, but they're famous for their adventures in the most dangerous regions of Galarian, protecting peaceful towns from the undead and monsters.
Yeah, but they didn't go to the World Wound.
After the kobolds and mites disappeared, the empty caves beneath the old sycamore quickly became home to all kinds of disgusting critters. Giant centipedes being the most innocent and pleasant of them. Attempts have been made to clear out the caves, but it never takes long for something to take up residence again. In the end, the decision was made to block the entrances and burn the giant tree down, destroying the roots that held up the ceiling of the caves. Ashtu's child who sometimes kills lost travelers and sometimes leads them to safety, are passed on by word of mouth throughout the area. The Fae took a fancy to the kingdom, feeling totally at home here. They often play various pranks, but they never do any serious harm. Falcos and Teresia managed to restore the magic forest. Once freed of the anger of the Scythe Tree, people returned to the abandoned village, and it became a haven of friendship between the Fae and ordinary people, just like old times.
I don't know how that can be. The elders don't like me.
Returned to live on the shores of Candlemere, but they couldn't return to their ancient way of life. Living alongside people, the lizard folk adopted their behaviors, habits, and even religion. More and more of the Longtail tribe pray not to the spirits of their ancestors, but to Erastil or Gorum. They even began to forget their original language. I hope someone writes down their songs and legends before they all sink into oblivion. A delegation of wizards from Absalom and other areas appeared in the kingdom.
Yeah, this was
one
us
day,
taking out
asking for
Fairnaught.
permission to examine the lair of the Lich Farnirus the Thoughtful. After completing their research, the wizards spent a long time thanking the queen for freeing the world of that monster. In their opinion, he'd been capable of causing the end of the world, maybe even 2 worlds. The Sweet Teeth departed on a journey, hoping to see as many wonders as possible of
Kept
this
them
world
alive.
and others. They keep sending us
We should have a
news
new
from
slide
every
in
corner
here.
of the map. Their bright painted wagon,
Because we
drawn
finished
by
the
a full
the twins, the
crisscrosses
tieflings.
Galarian, somehow appearing in the center of one incredible story after another. Evindra was glad to see the Lantern King's plans turn to dust. She spent some time helping restore the kingdom after the calamity, then returned home to the First World. They say the rebellious spirit of her cousin Nyrissa awoke within her as well. Evindra is said to recount our story to the Fae, encouraging them to question the power and might of the eldest. After the victory, the storyteller abandoned his affairs and began spending a lot of time alone.
He goes into the sequel.
He eventually
Spoiler
did
alert,
well
he's in the
with
sequel.
queen and left her lands.
That's how they tie them together.
I suspect the inhabitants of Galarian haven't heard the last of this mysterious traveler, for his own story
So if you
is
play
not yet finished.
Wrath of the Righteous, he's there. So it's kind of like, how do you tie the two together? He's like, from this thing, he ends up in the Wrath of the Righteous. I won't say any more about it, but that's kind of how they... I think there's a couple other NPCs, like people that show up over there as well. You know, very peripheral things, but they did make some hooks.
Amiri remained a pariah to her native
None of the main
tribe,
characters go
but
over there, really.
She stayed close friends with
I know
Nyla,
of.
who ruled the Six Bears wisely and taught them to survive in the unfamiliar plains and cities. The restless barbarian would often travel for long stretches of time, but sooner or later she would always return to her old friends, bragging about new scars and recounting new feats, many of which Nylak immortalized in song. Valerie stayed to serve the queen, and to this day, she continues to be a muse to many people, not just bards and admirers, but to warriors as well. Honest and resilient, Valerie is not just famous for her feats in battle, but also for her patience and kindness, which she says the queen helped her discover within herself.
In my first playthrough, I played a lightning wizard, I think it was, or not a lightning, lightning ranger. I think it was lightning. That was my subclass, was to do the electrical stuff, and having Ekin and myself hasted and shooting like 7 arrows around each with different magic arrows and stuff and bows. It was like a slaughter, even on the big nasties, because we would take down 2 of them. Between us, like in 2 rounds, we'd take down 3. And then you had Amiri and Val. And in that one, as the Ranger King, I romanced Valerie. And that worked out a different ending slide, obviously. But
Hera became famous, respected by dwarves throughout our kingdom,
wish
Even
I
as
had
far
not
as the
cast this spell. It's
mountains.
making that sound in the
He's
background.
often
Makes it
been
hard to
asked
hear her.
to help out or teach others, and he's never denied anyone, despite his grumbling. Some people even listen to his preaching. Lucky for us, there's a lot less howling about the end of the world now, and more wise words of moderation and humility. Not all of his disciples turned to Grotus, but everyone took away something useful from his teachings. Jaethal spent some time at the Queen's court, but she then left to do whatever it was her new goddess required.
And we saved her.
She must have become a great inquisitor for Pharasma, as no one would know the ways of the undead and Urgathoa's cultists, as well as a former undead cultist would. She was also seen in the company of Salim Godafar. It's unlikely the two became friends, being so different from one another, but it's a known fact that they worked together. Octavia didn't stay still for very long. Soon, she and Reg went to Numeria and started a huge slave rebellion there. They didn't manage to destroy the Technically, but to this day, slaves speak their names with admiration, and slavers with terror. Over the course of their journey, the two grew as close as ever, leaving their quarrels and resentments behind. After returning from Numeria, Octavia settled in her mother's house and became the Queen's advisor and loyal companion. Rigongar left for Numeria with Octavia to start a slave rebellion. Over the journey, he really matured and learned to understand others, as well as how to control his anger. After he returned, he took a position in the Queen's court. Being both formidable and charming, he inspired fear in the hearts of some and lust in others. There are even some rumors that he almost talked Octavia into marrying him, and possibly even continuing the Della Fiorni line. After the war ended, Ekin hung his bow on the wall and traded the path of the ranger in for the craft of the carpenter. It may not be the most heroic ending to a tragic story like his, but as Torag is my witness, Ekin's happy with it, as is Alina, who became his wife and is bearing his child. Any baby born into this family will be pretty lucky, since the Queen herself still visits her old friend and will likely become the child's patron.
Plus, Alina makes really good food.
Jubilost returned to the life of a traveling explorer, frequently visiting his favorite kingdom. He said so himself. His famous work studying the First World all opened with a dedication to his longtime companion, the Queen.
Fiona.
Another name was also mentioned, 2Z, my guide and inspiration. Admirers would ask Jubilost many times about this mystery lady, but he would only chuckle, pitch his knapsack on his shoulder, and return to storm the vast expanses of the First World once again. As for Knock Knock, apologies, Jester Knock Knock, he continued to be a great source of entertainment for the kingdom, both in and out of the throne room, sometimes even on purpose. His
I know I
antics in
went
the
through these
kingdom
all once
had an
before, but I thought
additional
it'd
element.
be appropriate to
Aside
do it
from
here,
bringing
so
joy and amusement to the
I know most of you aren't going to
citizens,
sit and
it
watch
also
these.
softened the common view
The
of
sound
goblins.
back here is really
They
bad.
even became welcome in the streets of the city, for a time. While he may not have become the hero he envisioned, Knock Knock did find himself and his inner strengths thanks to the Queen. If you should ever find yourself in the kingdom, be sure to seek him out. He'll gladly regale you with some new tale of adventure, one that will surely make you smile, whether our foolhardy, clumsy, well-intentioned goblin means to or not. Kalika remained
Here
in
we
the
are.
kingdom, though her desire to witness the world's wonders keeps driving her to take long journeys. But when she is home, she spends much of her spare time with her sister. They don't quarrel anymore, and have stopped dragging each other into trouble. Canera settled down in the capital and became a very busy entrepreneur. It seems as though every hour is planned, meeting with rich merchants or inventors whose work she's promoting. But on her way home, she never fails to stop at the market to personally buy some sweets for her sister. Between Canera's business sense and Kalika's charm, they founded and successfully run not one, but 3 organizations. A trading house, a a shelter for tiefling children,
Huh.
and a school of magic devoted to Nethys. Beyond the many advisors and companions, there was always someone else near the Queen, a faithful true love, who devoted his worldly life to the one he cherished with all his heart. Wherever the Queen went, whatever trials fell upon her, Tristan was always near, ready to support and protect his chosen one. And no wonder, soon after the war ended, the Queen and Tristan took their wedding vows. And though Tristan never claimed any power over the kingdom, his common sense and kindness always played a part in the Queen's decisions. As for myself, the author of this book, Lindsay, who never chose a pretty nickname, I'm still here, inside my creation, within the Capitol Library. I live just like I always dreamed, surrounded by people and books, and not a day goes by without someone turning my pages. My story inspired many others to take up the quill. My readers have written many beautiful books and poems, transporting prisoners of humdrum lives into worlds of endless fantasy. What more could I dream of? I hope, oh honored reader, that this story inspired some creativity in you, or at least offered some entertainment. In any case, it's time to set the final period.
And that is the end of the game, everybody. Well, I did not think I was going to get through that in this stream. I thought for sure I was going to have to do another whole dedicated stream to doing this. And it takes you back to this screen to load up a new game, start over. All right, well, there'll be a poll up later this week, probably tomorrow, about what to do next. I have a couple of things I'd like to try to do. So I'd like to get your guys' input on that. Thank you for the few people that stopped in to watch what I could today. Yeah, I do stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Wednesdays is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That was a fan pick. 100% said do that when it was time to do it. This was a fan pick from about a year ago to do the female monk romance Tristan and get through the end of the game, which I managed to do. I was very surprised. I did not think we were going to get through that. The way the RNG was going, I thought for sure that I was going to lose at the Horned Hunter, the third one, where I just couldn't, everybody was getting wild gazed or whatever, and I didn't think to throw up that cloud thing soon enough. So that's on me. That one would have worked. If I'd have thrown that up there while the Lantern King was still there, I would have been, or the Horned Hunter was still there, I would have been one up on him when he jumped away. But that's the way it goes. You can't always pay attention to what in the situations, you don't always do the right thing, But I managed to get through that, and then because it was still there, the final form of the Lantern King was actually taking damage and getting dex damage too, I think. So he was actually becoming easy enough for me to hit with my monk. So we managed to take him down. I was really amazed. I did not think we were going to be able to do that. So strongly suggest you try doing the ending like that. If I was going to do this one again, I'm going to do it as like a wizard, straight up wizard, and romance Nerissa. I'd like to see that ending. That's they call it the true ending, but there's so many hoops that you got to jump through. I don't think I'll stream that. I might do it on my own, but streaming that would be my head would be buried in my tablet more than it would be facing you and doing the screen, because it's like everything has to be done exactly perfectly in that one in order for it to work. So I might like stream the final battles with you or something, but I don't think I would stream the whole thing. So there will be things coming up. I have a couple thoughts on what's coming up next for this one to replace the Saturday morning streams with a new game. We might go on to Wrath of Righteous, or I might try to pull a Baldur's Gate 3, or maybe even something else. So I'm going to put up like 3 choices. I have a very specific Baldur's Gate 3 stream I'd like to do, which is to get the Jack of all trades achievement, which means you only get one level in everything. There's 12 classes, and you get one level in each one of the 12 classes. I thought it might be interesting to stream that at least to the point where you get to the 12th level. I don't know. Like I said, I'll put up a poll and get everybody's input on that before I start something next week. So going forward, there's going to be 1 or 2 more XCOM Enemy Within videos coming up in the next week, and then there's going to be my streams on Wednesday and Friday. Friday has been a hit or miss. It's one of 2 things that goes on. Either there's me doing a single player playthrough as Gale, called Gale Goes Forth, or it's me and my youngest Ace playing a multiplayer version of Baldur's Gate 3, which was what that originally was supposed to be. That Friday stream was supposed to be a multiplayer stream, but we have not. It's been very hard to get things scheduled between their schedule. We've had some illnesses between the 2 of us and things like that, and it's like we're lucky if we get it out once a month, and I don't even know if we're going to be able to do that ever again. So it just seems like life's not picking us a good time there. So that might switch to another day, or we might have to abandon that. I might have to try to get a multiplayer game going some other way. But the idea on Fridays was to do a multiplayer computer role-playing streams, and haven't been able to do that. So I have a single-player stream where I'm playing Gale, and I have a mod in there to make the number of people that you can have in the party be larger, because there's 6 Origin companions. So I'm just like running the 6 of them as like a D&D party through Baldur's Gate 3, which is kind of amusing. So you can join me for that on Fridays if we're not doing the Bard and the Barbarian, because that's what we're playing. Ace and I. Ace is a Barbarian, I'm a Bard, and we're playing in Baldur's Gate 3 as a duo, which is kind of interesting. We did that. That's where we found the mod to add more companions, because we were getting tired of trying to remember which 2 people we needed to have for which parts of the story. So now we can bring along 4, and we don't miss as much of their storylines as normal. And that's more of convenience, not trying to, get a major advantage on the combats or anything like that, because combats are still kind of close with 6 people. So anyway, that's where we will leave this. There will be more content coming. Please, if you can, hit the like button, leave me comments on the playthrough, and most of all, if you can, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 before the end of the summer. I'm up to 340 right now, so slowly but surely people are signing up. Subscriptions are free. They don't hurt you. If you hit the notify bell, you'll be notified when I'm scheduling streams or uploading videos or putting up polls for you to vote on, so you can help me build what's coming up on the channel. And I really appreciate all of you out there. I'm trying to think of something to do for if we get to 500. If I get a little over 500, when I know I'm going to be stably there, then I'm going to try and do something, but I'm not sure exactly what. But might be a 6-hour marathon of some game or something. I'm not sure what. But I may even put up a poll about that, say, here's your 3 choices. What do you want me to do? All right? I might do all 3 in the long run. Okay? Anyway, I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe, and bye-bye.